Hi guys and welcome to DIY Ideas. Today we have a nice little basic tutorial, so crocheting 101 for single crochets, half double crochets and double crochets. This is a very nice wool for doing these tutorials because it's very smooth and it is crocheted with a really big crocheting hook, and so it's really nice and easy to see what you're doing. And if you're looking for how to learn these 3 different types, then you're perfectly here. Okay, so we have this XXL wool here. So we're going to start here with 10 chain stitches, but I'm going to show you again how I put the thread onto my hook. So I put the thread into my hand, I wrap it around my 2 fingers, and then between the fingers I will go and pull the thread out with my crocheting hook. And I kind of pull it tight here around my hook, and then we start with 10 chain stitches, which means I'm gonna take my hook and go pull the thread through the loop that I have on my hook. Okay, so I'm going to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 4 more. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so here I have 10 chain stitches. And so the first 2 rows I will do in single crochets. So I'm going to do 1 extra chain stitch for height, and then skip this one and go backwards and go into the second chain stitch and do a single crochet. So I pull the thread through the stitch, but I don't just pull it through, but pull the thread again and pull it through both. Okay, so I go in again, pull the thread through once, and then take the thread and pull it through both of the loops we have on the hook. Poke the hook through, pull the thread through the stitch. We have 2 on the hook, and then we pull the thread through both. And so here you can see what this looks like. These are single crochets. The wool is really great for doing a tutorial like this because it's so smooth, there's no fluff, it's very easy to see the real pattern and what we're doing here. And so poke the hook through, pull the loop through, and then pull the thread through both loops. Poke through, pull the thread, and then pull the thread through both loops. Poke into the stitch, pull the thread through, and then pull the thread through both of the loops. Here's the last 2. Pull it through, and poke in again, pull through, 2 on the hook, and then through both. Okay, so this is what single crochets look like. They're very even with this wool. It just looks great also, I think. And here on top you can see you can see the stitches here for the next row that we're going to poke into. We do 1 more chain stitch and then turn everything around, and then we go and do another row of single crochets so that you can see both sides. And so this is basically the back side, and we go in here, and this row is going to look like what they did look like from the front on the first row. So we poke through, pull the thread through the stitch, and then we have 2 loops on the hook, and we pull the thread through both of these loops. Okay, so here you can see these 2 little threads going down, and here the stitches on top. And so here we go again. We go below these 2 threads, this little V here basically, This is where we poke in with our hook. These are little V's, So, I call them the V's. And so that's what you go below. You go below both of these little threads, and then you pull the thread through and do your single crochet. And here, this is the last one. Nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got all of them. And here's the back side. You can see what the difference is between the first and the second row and what it looks like between the front and the back. And so we have the second row here, looks like the first row here. Okay, so I'm going to show you now half double crochets. So we do 2 chain stitches here to start, then we turn it all around, and then do 10 half double crochets. So for that we loop the thread around the hook once, then we poke in the same way we did in the row before. We pull the thread through, and now so we have 3 of these loops on the hook, and then we pull the thread through all 3. Okay, so again, we loop the thread around the hook, and pull some more wool here. And so loop the thread around the hook, then poke into the same stitch as we did before, pull it through, now we have 3 on the hook, and we pull the thread through all 3. Wrap it around, poke through, 3 on the hook, pull it through all 3. Wrap it around, go through, 3 on the hook, pull it through all 3. Okay, and so this is what it looks like when you do half double crochets. It's a little bigger. It has an extra, like this diagonal thread here. From the top left to bottom right, basically, this one here that I'm holding between my 2 fingers. And it has here on top the same V structure as we did with the single crochets. Okay, so loop around, poke through, pull the thread, 3 on the hook, and pull through all 3. And so what this looks like on the back side, the one we can't see right now, I'm going to obviously show you very soon. So here we are with the first row of half double crochets. This is what it looks like from the front. You can see these diagonal threads here that are additional basically to the to the whole stitch, and they happen because of the loop around the hook that I take. So here's the back side. I took 2 chain stitches here, and we're gonna do another bit of half double crochets. The same thing we were doing before. The wool I'm actually gonna so we're gonna do this the same way that we did the row before. So we poke in, we wrap the thread around the hook, then we poke in below this like V structure and pull the thread through, then we have 3 on the hook, and then we pull the thread through all 3. Here you can see what it looks like, these V structures here on top. And we continue doing the same pattern. Oopsie. Take some more thread, and we continue. Don't forget to loop around the thread around the hook before you go and poke into the stitch. So loop around, poke through, pull through, have 3 on the hook, and then pull the thread through all 3. All right. Here we are at the end of the row. And this is what it looks like now. So you can see again the front structure that we had on the first row on the other side. Here are the V structures for the stitches. And here we're gonna go and do 3 chain stitches here. And we'll show you the double crochets, 2 rows of double crochets. And so we take 3 chain stitches here. The double crochets are a little higher than the others. So we did the 3 chain stitches, and then we turn it around. And so we take a loop around the hook, we poke through, now we have 3 on the hook, we pull it through 2 of them, and then we pull the thread again through 2 of the others. And so here you have these much bigger stitches. So you have the 2 vertical ones, then we have the horizontal one, and then on top you have another 2 vertical ones. And so loop around, poke through, have 3 on the hook, pull it through 2 out of the 3, and then we have 2 on the hook again, and then we pull it again through both. Loop around, poke through, 3 on the hook, pull it through 2 of the 3, and then we have 2 on the hook, and then we pull through the 2 of them. Loop around, poke through, 3 on the hook, pull it through 2 out of 3, then we have 2 on the hook, and we pull it through both of them. Loop around, poke through, 3 on the hook, pull it through 2, and then pull it through the other 2. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. I'm going to continue doing this. Loop thread around, poke in, pull through 3 on the hook, pull through 2 out of 3, and then pull through the other 2. And here we are at the end again. And we did 10 double crochets here. And so this is what it looks like. You can see how much bigger they are than the half double ones. And especially compared to the single crochets that are much, much shorter. And yeah, from this side, this is what it looks like. You have this horizontal one. This looks very similar to the half double one, but you have the whole part on top here that is additional. And so now we're going to do the back side again. We do 3 chain stitches, then we turn it around. And so if you're crocheting in these rows, then you obviously still switch the side so you can see both the front and the back side depending on the row that you're crocheting. If you're doing a circular crochet, then you obviously only see one side of this pattern. So loop around, pull through 3 on the hook, pull through 2, and then pull through the other 2. Loop around, poke through 3 on the hook, pull through 2 out of 3, and then pull through the other 2. That's what's called a double crochet. Here comes number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Nine. And number 10. All right. And here you can see what the difference is between the back and the front of the stitch. So this is what it looks like from the other side. This is what we did in the row before. And yeah, so this is what the back side looks like. And as you can see, none of these stitches are very complicated. We have 2 rows of single crochets, then half doubles, and 2 rows of double crochets. With this rule, you can really just see the pattern really, really well. And yeah, I hope you really liked this video. If you would like to watch more, please visit my channel and subscribe for free. You will always be the first one to be informed about a new video. Please share this video with your friends and see you next time.